What is up, DG Army Nethervvoid back, also known as John, back with World of Tanks patches. I'm sure you guys are glad to see me back to some of my typical World of Tanks videos here. And patch 8.3 just hit the test server, and I felt, I really wanted to get on there and show you guys some tanks. Again, I'll be releasing all my patch 8.3 videos all at the same time. This is the, what is this thing again? I can't remember what this thing's called. 113. I keep thinking it's a 131. The 113 kind of has a weird look, a lot like the 121, the tier 10 medium. It's got the turret kind of in the center, and it's got that really sloped front plate there. 120 millimeters on the plate, and I can't remember what the turret armor is, but we'll look at that in the garage when we look at the plates. So one thing to know about this tank right off the bat is I don't get hardly any bounces on this tank. The front plate, the front plate at 120 seems like it bounced some good shots. The lower plate is very, very vulnerable though. I seem to get hit a lot there. No real good bounces in this tank. And that's what I kind of don't really like about it right off the bat. As a tier 10, you're supposed to get out there, take some hits, soak up some damage. Well, not soak up damage. You're supposed to soak up shots. And in the IS-7, I always compare everything to the IS-7 because that's the tank, the tier 10 I know the most. And the one I think is still the top dog, tier 10, as far as random battles are concerned. The 110, T110 E5 American being pretty much tied with that tank, I think. But the IS-7 is known for being bouncy, and that tank is pretty bouncy. This tank is nothing like that tank. The gun on it's a little better. I was checking out the gun compared to the IS-7. Let's look at it. 257 pen, 440 damage. The IS-7 has, I think it's like 250 something pen with 490 damage, so a little more damage, a little less pen. The IS-7's gun also does not reload as quick. This gun reloads in like 5.5 rounds per minute. So it reloads a little bit quicker, so the gun's a little bit better. It's actually a little bit more accurate than the IS-7, even though I didn't feel like it was very accurate when I was playing it. But again, here's a little clip I'm showing you while we just mess with this JPZ 100. I'm in here, in this clip, I'm in the tier 8 Russian heavy with a 215 pen gun, and I'm shooting at the lower plate of the 113 here, and yeah, it's not angled, but look, it's going right through. I mean, it's a 215 pen gun. You're going to be hurting for certain if you get that lower plate out there. You need to get some angle on that lower plate, and even then, you're probably going to get jacked up. Now, the IS-7, the IS-7's lower plate's a little better because with the way the plates are angled, the IS-7's lower plate is actually a lot smaller than this tank's. Even though it does have that front apex, it just has a lot better lower plate. Also, I think it has a better turret as far as dinging shots. This thing does a good job too. It's just, I don't know. I just never always felt like, see, even in the top plate right there, I got hit. Probably should ding a shot like that coming in on the top plate. You'd think for a tier 10 you'd be able to, but that's just the way it is. I mean, it could be unlucky. But I played about 6 or 7 games in this tank by now, and it's just not very bouncy at all. You need to use rocks and cover and stuff to make sure you don't get hit. Nice shot, see, 121 there, getting him in the lower plate. That's the tier 10 medium. Obviously, he's not going to be bouncy. IS-7, I was thinking about not shooting probably at that turret. Probably won't go through. That thing is a beast, especially when it's a little bit hull down like that. IS-7 still, in my opinion, the best tank on the field as far as tier 10 heavies. Again, the T110 E5 gives it a good run for its money. It just has a huge cupola, and you can really shoot that huge cupola pretty easily compared to where you're going to shoot the IS-7. I don't even see its cupola. Maybe if you're right up close to it, you can, but not usually. And this mouse is really cool. Again, on the Russian server, or on the test server, usually the Russians are very aggressive and not very team-oriented. This guy, really cool. I think he was definitely a Russian dude. Yeah, Russian dude. Really cool, blocking the shot for me. So I told him, thanks a lot, appreciate that. That's what a mouse should be doing, especially with that full health. Protecting another tier 10 from getting shot, so there's 2 guns on the field instead of just 1. Great, that's really what he should be doing. Great job. So we're pretty much wiping up, cleaning up this side of the field here. Great little match. I didn't do very good in this match just because I don't really know. Just, random shots where I could kind of get it. I've also noticed a lot since the new maps have come out that it's a lot harder to get clean shots on people. There seems to be more buildings, more hills and undulations, so it's really hard to get clean shots on the lower plate. I don't know why that shot didn't go through. It's angled armor right on his side right there. Bam, that one does. Boom, you're dead. So took him out. Pretty good little game here. Overall, this isn't a bad tier 10. It seems like it has all the stats. It just, even though it has that super, again, we're going to zoom in on it, super sloped front plate there, 120 is not enough. Look at that, went right through again. Did bounce one shot there, but two of them went right through the top plate. So not going to be bouncing a lot of shots unless you're getting hold down. So let's get some end plate action on this thing so we can show you stats too. So here's the first plate in that game. Again, pretty okay game. I mean, it wasn't a great game or anything. It was decent. 1000 XP game, not bad. Got a Spartan medal. That's where I got a ricochet when I could have been died by the shot. You know, not too bad. Killed one guy, damaged 3, and not very good. Let's look at the next plate here. Pretty low on the XP list because we had some really great guys, and I just didn't get a lot of opportunities to get good shots. I was really surprised I bounced shots off the lower plate of that E100. It seems like it was really hard to pen him. Should have been a little easier. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's look at damage here. 1900 damage on a 2500 point tank. Not the greatest. A lot of that, I think, is because I can't get my armor out there. I'm going to get juiced. In IS-7, you can push out a little bit if you're quick. Since your weak spots are so small, get your shot off and get back and not have to worry about it too much. But with this tank, everywhere except the turret is pretty much fair game. Even slightly angled, you saw some shots coming in at slightly angle. Still went right through that front plate. It's weird because the IS-7, well actually the IS-7 has 150 hull armor in the front and 150 hull armor on the side. So that's another reason why it gets so many great bounces. But it only has 2150 hit points. This thing has 2500. It helps a little bit, but when you just need the dings. When you get dings, it's going to make up for the 300 hit point difference or 400 or whatever this is. That's only one shot, so that's not a big difference. But if you get 2 dings on the IS-7, you already got weight. You know, you probably already beat this tank out. It's very mobile. It's just, again, it's a very mobile tank, but I think for tier 10 heavies, you kind of need armor. You need to be able to, because 2500 hit points, a lot of the tier 10 mediums already have like 2000, 2100. So it's not like it's a lot of extra hit points. You really kind of need that armor to brawl around. The mediums have about the same armor as this guy does, it feels like. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like, this doesn't feel like enough of a tier 10 heavy for me. Also, look, I lost money on this tank. Again, test is not the place you want to look at money. They usually tweak the income right before they release stuff. So you can't always look at the money here, but I did lose 10 grand. So not that great. 10 shots, 5 pens. I don't know. The gun seems to have good pen. It's got 257. I mean, that's good enough, right? But it doesn't feel like it on the field. 400 view range is pretty standard for tier 10s. Really fine there. 750 media radio. That all is pretty average, I guess. It's definitely, again, very mobile. That's probably its only real strong suit. The gun's also pretty good. It has better accuracy than other guns. I just must have got real unlucky with it because I had really weird shots and stuff. Anyway, that's the 113 tier 10 Chinese heavy tank. Let me know what you think.